Welcome to the Daniel Thomas Show. Tom, you got one for us today?
I do. We've been going back and forth on dating trends and things that are going on, but I've got a few more that I've run across, and I haven't heard of these before. So I wanted to run a couple by you.
Okay.
It's an interesting article, but Scrooging. Have you been Scrooged?
No, I don't. I wouldn't know. I don't
All
think
right.
so.
So Scrooging is the traditional dumping somebody before the holidays,
Oh,
something like that. And
yeah.
I'm like, okay, Scrooging. I hadn't heard the term before, but I mean, we've all seen the old. You never want to date somebody between Thanksgiving and Valentine's Day. That's time to be single type program. That's Scrooging basically. But,
Okay.
you
Well,
know,
yeah, I just had that happen to me
okay.
actually. So, you know,
How about vulturing? This one's easy. Think about it for a minute. What does a vulture do? It hangs around a carcass that's dying. So you're just circling, watching that relationship and thinking, wow, I'd love to date her. That relationship's got to die first.
yeah. So you're
And
not
you just
you're not a total scoundrel.
no,
You're just half the scoundrel.
you're waiting. You're waiting for room temperature to set in on the relationship.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
Okay, have I
Like
done
that?
that? Nah, kinda. Anyways, not really. No. Yes. Anyways, next
Here's
one.
one you like, and this one might apply to you because I think you could be a kittenfish.
Kittenfish.
Kittenfish. Yes.
What's a kittenfish?
Well, kitten fishing is similar to catfishing, but it's pretending to be somebody that you're not for your own benefit, which I thought was catfishing, but this article says it's kitten fishing. So evidently, you've got to be as cute as you to be a kittenfish.
So wait, no. So wait a second. So
Yeah.
so am I still? I can still be the astronaut or no?
Yes, you are. Well, no, you are the astronaut in your
Okay.
mind.
Okay.
Okay, so
In my
that's
mind.
you're always going to be that astronaut.
Okay.
Uh, and yeah, you're always going to be the
Kitten
astronaut.
fishing. Oh, I wanted to go further with that one, but okay.
Yeah, it's
Kitten fishing.
yeah, it's catfishing.
Do you know what's funny about all this dating stuff is that these people, you really do make it too difficult. You
Right.
really, talking to this woman I've had a few dates with, I had some serious laughs with her about her friends dating guys and how they've just said the wrong thing, done the wrong thing. Again, a little nervous energy goes a long way. Gee, can you believe he said that? And I'm like, what did he say? He just met her. He's kind of nervous, don't you
Yeah.
think? Yeah, but I think he just thought he was going to sleep with her right away. And no, he's just kind of dorky. You know what I mean?
Awkward.
Yeah.
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 And especially if you've been out of the dating scene as I have for many years, like 30 plus. But my friend here, I couldn't imagine what it's like to try and hold on multiple relationship conversations and get to know people over and over again. I mean, it's work. Let's be honest.
Oh, it is work.
Yeah.
But the thing which leads to my next point, one of the women was telling me how she goes, I'm done with the dating sites because I would communicate with these guys and we'd have share pictures, share a few text messages, talk on the phone, and then meet. And one guy was like, well, can we have sex in your car? She's like, are you out of your mind? I thought we were going to have dinner. Oh, you want to eat? Yeah, I thought this was a date. I thought we were going to go out. I mean, it's insane-oville out there with
But
some of this stuff.
again, and just for clarity, it depends on the dating site. She might have been on the wrong site. That might have been the expectation and the
Oh.
goal of that site to begin with. So,
You know what? The other thing is,
yeah.
I'll tell you, I did a study on this for something else, and there's a lot of dating sites that run their course. They go up and down. And when a dating site is new, you get fresher people on it, and there's more buzz to it, and you get more legitimate people. As time goes by, you get more bots, you get more fake people, and you get more of just people that want to bait you for money. There's a lot of these sites that like, you know what your problem is, Jennifer, you didn't pay for the premium package. If you paid for the premium package, you'd get your profile sent to more people, which is horrific. One of the dating sites, and you're going to hear more about this soon, is
Yeah.
getting their brain suit out right now because what they did was on unsuspecting women, they fleeced them and charged them so much more money to be seen by better quality people, more active people, more professionals. So what, was I with the minor leagues, and now if I pay, I'm going to be with the better people? You know, it's worded in such a way that, you know, we expand your opportunities and the different likes and different people and different professions. No, it's insane, guys.
I'm going to use your baseball analogy.
Mm-hmm.
I know where your seats are at the Angel Stadium, and I know you paid to be in that particular level.
Mm-hmm.
But you knew that going in. You didn't walk in and say, I got seats, and then you were told, yeah, your seats are way up there, and now if you really want to be where you can see the game, no, it's the old bait and switch.
Absolutely.
You know, let's lay it out. If there are tiered programs, put it up front. But that's
I am
ridiculous.
amazed that there's guys out there that can't realize that they can't get dates and can't have relationships and can't have sex because they do tactics like this. And the women see right through it. Women are appalled by it. And it's funny. You and I were together at a meal, and I pointed out a woman that showed up at one of my events, and I was like, "Hey, that's her," and she was very pretty. And I said I should call her back. But anyways, the point is that you meet people that are nice. It takes an effort, guys. Okay.
It definitely takes an effort. But I want to close on this one, because this is a trend that I am just floored with. Okay. I want to know if anybody's heard of this out there. It's called talking.
That's not in there. Is that in the article? Oh,
dating trend number 10. You're actually talking to somebody. You're not texting them. You're not doing.
See, guys, we grew up, okay, and you know, God love Tom. My buddy here in high school was the best and dated more women than anybody I've ever met in my life. And but it was back in the old days when you had to sit there and call and dial the phone. Okay, the phone's busy. I got to call back. Okay, her idiot brother answered, who's 2 years older than her, and you got to walk through him. Then you got to get to the parents.
Yes.
Okay.
The parents.
Tom's on the phone. Then you got to get through the parents, and then you got to talk to her. That's how we grew up, guys. Yeah. Okay. And back in the day, I mean, that's just how it was.
And in my household, I will tell you right now, both my kids, they've brought their prospective dates home. Both are engaged now, and I've met both their significant others. And I have to say, some of you younger people out there, take a lesson in history. Sit down with the father-in-law, sit down with the mother-in-law, talk to us, have a conversation. We're not bad people. We actually spawned that relationship or that individual that you want to spend the rest of your life with. So
hit it and quit it. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. I'm kidding, but it's funny. From a guy whose significant other passed away a little over a year ago and having to get back into the dating pool, every single woman that I went out with during this time has said, wow, it was so refreshing that you called me and you spoke to me and you asked me out, because nobody does that. So, you know, again, you know, that's what you got to do, guys. You got to work on that.
Well, and I think this really,
let's try talking.
You're talking, but for all of you out there, I think one of the things that you don't want to take for granted is that just because you're talking to somebody doesn't mean they know what you want. So you end the conversation with, I'd like to take you out. Can I see you again? If you're in a job interview, you know how many people I've interviewed that sit there and tell me how great they are, and they never ask me to hire them.
Yeah, think about that.
All you have to do is say, I'd really love to work for you. I think I'd be a great asset to the organization.
You know what?
Would you please hire me?
That's a great point. You got to look at dating because we talked about this today. We talked about investment opportunities. We talked about startups that are trying to raise money. We talked about how the communication skills of life, work on that. If it's not in your game and your wheelhouse and you can't talk to people, you got to work on that. But you also have to ask for the deal. You got to ask to close the deal. I want to work here. I want to go out with you. Let's see each other again. Hey, what do you like? Let's go for a run. Let's go for dinner. Right. You know what I mean? I love some of these women that are out there that are doing your time is worth more than this. My time is worth more than this, more than you know. And I don't want to sit there and waste my time with somebody that I don't have a potential for a relationship with. And to getting to know somebody, that's a habit, and you're not into somebody getting to know you, then you're not worth going out with. You
Correct.
know?
Yeah, and you have to think of it too that I'm sorry, being selfish and saying it's not worth my time. Well, it's not worth your time either.
Right.
So I mean, both of us lose in this. If you're not into it and I'm not into it, it's okay. I'll buy the coffee. We can move on.
Ask for the deal, guys.
Yeah.
Ask to get hired. Ask to see her again. Ask to see him again.
What is the acronym? ABC.
Always be closing.
Always be closing.
See, this is the thing, guys. One thing I always teach is that, like with clients of mine and stuff, is that everybody sells for the company. And if you have a philosophy that from the person that answers the phone and how you treat that person, wow, how she was great.
Yeah.
She's so friendly. She asked me questions. From that person to salespeople, to customer service, to installers, to everything that you deal with, it's so important that everybody sells and everybody makes the experiences so good. Why not do that with your dating relationship? And again, you know, if whatever your goal is, if your goal is a mate or your goal is to hook up with somebody, you'd be a lot better. I keep thinking about that dork on the cruise ship. Because that guy, I just, you know, he refused to go on. Let me just film you for 5 minutes. No way, man.
But he knew how to talk to people.
Knew how to talk to people.
Yeah.
And he was really good at it. And if you saw Uncle Fester, you would sit there and go, oh my gosh, okay, that guy's got game. Yeah, he had total game. But again, learn to communicate with people. Learn to pick up the telephone. Learn to call people and say hi. And how was your day? How's it going? How about that? You know, and again, ask questions because they will get answered, which will give you something to talk about.
So with that, we'd like to ask you right now, go hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment. Tell us where we know absolutely nothing about what we're talking about. Tell us that we actually have hit a good point that you forgot to always be closing.
Yes.
But do something now, because we're asking you. You've spent the time to spend with us. We're asking you to spend just a little bit more time. DanielThomasShow@yahoo.com.
We love the emails because the emails are just, you know, Tom will call me at 10:30 at night and go, oh, you got to hear this. Okay.
These are great.
So again, they're solid gold. We appreciate everything. We will see you guys very soon.
So what do you think? Was that a great episode?
Did you see the last episode? Really? This one? I don't know.